join us today with the artists here at the Pacific Bonsai Expo.
Okay, my name is Lindsay Shiba. I'm from Lilo Creek, California. That's Southern California. And I'm displaying my Korean hornbeam. It's, we wanted a little more fall color, but this is all we got. So I'm hoping that does well for the judging. And had this tree since 1999. So it's my pride and joy. All right.
Hi, I'm Peter T. I'm from Auburn, California, and this is one of my clients' trees that we're showing this time. It is a root over rock Japanese maple that was created in California about 60 to 65 years ago, and it's been kind of a long time coming, but it's looking nice and dense and looking great for the show.
Hi Tom, my name's Greg McDonald. I'm from Placerville, California, and it's my hawthorn I've been growing for about 25 years. Pretty much developed, it was a grafted tree originally. A different type of hawthorn was grafted on the top of it, and tried bonsaiing it for years and just didn't succeed, and ended up going to the rootstock material, English hawthorn, which is what this is now. And 25 years later, a lot of blood loss in the making of this tree, but well worth the adventure. So unfortunately no fall color for the show today, but do what you can do, and have some orchids that are complementing my display here and having a blast.
That's my Palmer oak that I've had for probably about 15 years. Not something that I saw it 25 years ago, but I wasn't able to get it at that time. So anyhow, it came to me virtually almost for nothing. I'm still learning how it grows, but I think I finally got it figured out. So in the coming couple of years, it should look a lot better than this. But right now, it's here. It was accepted for the show, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Jeremiah Lee. This is my Coast Redwood, Sequoia sempervirens. I bought it originally from Bob Scheinman and Zach Scheinman at a Bay Island Bonsai show back in 2016. And I've been working on it with Peter T. I think in, 2019 we cut it back to almost nothing, and we regrew all the branches. The tree takes me a long time because I pinch it every 3 or 4 weeks, I'd say. So it's probably my most time-consuming tree. But the pot was made by now Tokatake, and then the stand is by Austin Heitzman. It is a stand made out of walnut, and then Austin also made the Jita there. And then I'm a massive Star Wars fan, and for me, the Ewoks live in the Redwood forest, so I put a little Ewok into my my accent stand, or my accent plant. So yeah, that's a little bit about my tree.
Hi, I'm Julian. I'm a bonsai professional based out of Southern California. We're here at the Pacific Bonsai Expo, where we have a great venue. Props to Eric, Jonas, and Andrew, and a lot of nice trees here. I'm not going to talk too much about myself. Let's talk about the tree. Yeah, this is Percumbens Juniper. I'm afraid this is the only Percumbens Juniper in the show, which maybe generally is not super popular as a juniper variety, but it's quite hardy, and the foliage is very turgid, so its ability to be cultivated and refined is quite good. You know, I don't know like the first owners of this tree, like the early history, but it was very likely originally a landscape material. When you see this kind of like twist here in the trunk, it's like staked movement, and so a lot of these old Percumbens material, right, it was intended for landscape or garden trees. So somebody some number of years ago, right, it could have been decades ago, they took this from landscape material and started the process to make it as bonsai. When I had acquired the tree, of course the main branches exist, right, growing old and thick main branches. There's really no like shortcut or expedited way to do that. and so at least that structure already existed on the tree. But pretty much all of the fine branching you see on this tree, I grew this over the last 3 years. Did a very major working and kind of intensive wiring and styling right at that 3-year mark ago. And each progressive year, I've just been kind of solidifying the structure and refining the tree. Ideally, trees which are more mature, right, they should have less dependency on wire, right? I really want to show off clean branch structure. And so it's great to show this tree here, very soft, clean look, almost no wire on the tree. And yeah, this is it. This is my display.
That's it.
My name is Bill Valavanis. These are Shishikashira air layers about 30 years ago. I put them in the pot so it looks good. Hope you enjoy.
Mark Arpeg, New York, and this is one of my favorite all-time trees. It's a 250-year-old eastern white cedar. I collected it. I've been training it for the first 20 years. It was, the other side was the view. It won several major awards, been in books and magazines, and I decided I wanted to show the other side, the dark side of the moon, and here it is. And this is sort of a tribute to the Adirondacks.
Hi, I'm Bill Valavanis from Rochester, and this is my Koto Hime Japanese maple clump style. The cuttings were about 40 years old, and I put them together, and it's grown like this. What's interesting is I had a large branch here. It was crossing, so I air layered it and put it right there. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Sam Tan. We are here at the Pacific Bonsai Expo 2024, and this is my tree, Sierra Juniper. I think it's been a bonsai for a long time, maybe about 50 years even. I've cared for it for 5-6 years now. Kind of an elegant, feminine style tree. I like it, and you know, the composition was meant to evoke kind of like a person looking at, you know, an abstract tree in the wild. So the stone is both like a figure stone and a representation of the environment, which I thought was cool. I like this tree. I hope you like it too.
Okay. This particular tree is a coast live oak. I've been interested in oaks for forever. As soon as I got into bonsai, that was one of the first things that I wanted to do, was to try and emulate oaks out there. That was the most interesting tree I saw. This particular one, I was there when it was being dug, but I didn't dig it. This one, Gareth Shepard we went out collecting, and I was about 15, 20 feet away from him when he found this tree, and I was already starting to dig another tree. So my take on that is that whenever you find a really interesting tree, look all the way around, because the circumstances are such that you probably have a lot of really interesting trees. This one, the thing I like about this is the movement of the trunk and the dispersal of the branches and whatnot in a very natural way. And a lot of times what I have found in these trees is that you can see the basic outline of the tree from afar. But the most interesting part of it is if you walk into a full-size tree, get underneath the tree, take a look up into the tree, and you'll see how the branches start to grow. The power and the movement that you get inside of some of these trees is just magnificent. If you can translate that into a bonsai, you're doing what I think you should be doing, is getting the essence of the tree, because you can't duplicate it.
And who are you?
I'm JT. I'm John Thompson. Sorry. And oaks are what I do. I love it.
Who you are, and then just a minute provenance about your tree.
Yeah, so I'm Todd Schlafer. I actually collected this tree when I was out with Randy Knight in, I want to say 2015. It's in a Tom Benda pot. One of the interesting things about the tree was laying flat. So everything that you're seeing here was facing up towards the sky, which maybe that's why you get some of the deadwood, and in the back, you know, there's still bark on it. But yeah, this was a live branch when I dug it, and there are borders, which you can see the remnants of that. But yeah, there was a lot of engineering that went into it, wedge cuts and different things like that to compress it and to make the design that it is.
Hi Tom, how's it going today? Greg from Placerville again, and we're with my Louisiana hawthorn today. This was collected by John Thompson from Louisiana in the bayou somewhere 25 plus years ago, with Doug Phillips and Gary Marshall, famous collector from that area. And JT put me to work in his bonsai garden because I couldn't afford the tree, so he a couple days work in his nursery and digging up stuff. And I got this, but I developed it, growing in the ground, between field growing and box growing over the years. And it almost was going to turn color this weekend, but it's just a couple days out. So super happy. Leaves are really fresh and green, and really happy. It's a really neat American native that I hope people will try to grow because it's fantastic for bonsai. Really vigorous, can handle hot temperatures, can handle any kind of water, really. I have pretty good water in Placerville, so it's awesome. But I would like to talk about my little orchid creation down here, and these orchids come from parts of the world where the forest is gone. It's no longer, their native environments are gone, so just wanted to highlight some of the neat orchids from the world. The Chinese virgin, this is from Madagascar, and this is a dendrobium from Australia. And this one will be fragrant at about 10 o'clock tonight. So.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here, Tom.
Go.
Hi, my name is Jay Nolan. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I'm showing at the Pacific Bonsai Expo. These are my trees. This is my Shohin display. My top tree, my top of box is a buttonwood. My left, inside the box, is a sea hibiscus. My right box is a Nia, and the accent plant on the outside is a Ficus microcarpus. These are all tropicals, and the only tropicals in the show. And so, I don't know where to go from there.
What's your favorite tree out this display?
My favorite
Yeah.
tree? The best tree in the box, I think, is the Nia.
Why is that?
Because it's shaped. Now it's down so low that you can't really tell how well padded it is. But if you get down and you look at it,
Oh, that's kind of cool.
you can see through the pads. Usually, I'm used to having taller tables.
Awesome. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Hey there, this is Brock at the Pacific Bonsai Museum. We brought down this special Korean hornbeam. This was collected in 1979 by Mr. Kim, and was a Yamadori from Korea originally. And it was part of the original collection by the Pacific Bonsai Museum. So in the early '89, and around '89, the acquisition team went around and saw this tree and was like, "Can we please bring this back to the States to start a museum with?" And originally, it was actually 3 feet tall and had a whole lot more to the tree. And Dave DeGroot, the original curator of the museum, would often work with Mr. Yo, a Korean bonsai artist, and when he had him visiting one year in 2007, the tree had developed so much that the upper portion of it had lost its taper and even gotten some inverse taper. So to continue developing the tree further along, Mr. Yo decided to remove the top 2/3 of this tree down to the lower 2 branches. And so since 2007, between Dave DeGroot and Aaron Packard, the tree has been redeveloped in this much denser sumo bonsai style, if you will. So thank you so much to the Pacific Bonsai Expo for hosting us and putting on this amazing event.
Hi there, I'm Jody Newman with American Bonsai Association Sacramento, and I'm also treasurer of Golden State Bonsai Federation. And I'm very proud to be here at the Expo. And I'm very proud of our display here. This display is all about the bonsai community and how bonsai has formed a bridge of many of us as friends. We've all cooperated and got together to create this display. And this tree is very special. It's a Japanese maple, and it's an air layer from 1988. And Bin Sao Young did the air layer, and he still has the mother tree today, and it's actually smaller than this tree. And then the Kingsville boxwood came from Kathleen O'Donnell and Renee Seeley, and then they handed it to me. And Vince Al Young made our bridge again to show that bonsai forms a bridge amongst all of us.
Okay. Hello guys, I'm Janne Kega of Yama Bonsai from Belgium. Today we have this amazing elm of Michael Roberts. I like this tree quite a lot because of the gnarly bark and because he made his tree from scratch. And that's quite interesting for me. There are a lot of amazing trees here in the show. A lot of high potential trees that are show winners. So it's difficult to choose one, but this one I mainly like because he made it all from scratch. And I think that deserves an applause as well. So great job, Michael.
Okay. What's up everyone, I'm Eric Schrader, and for the 2024 PBE I'm here with my regular display. I have two displays in the show, but I only have one regular display in the show. This is a trident maple that I grew from seed. It started 18 years ago in my backyard in San Francisco. I also made the pot in 2006 when my son was a year old, so I had my son in one hand and I was throwing pottery on the other. And then this stand was made starting in 2013, and I stuck it on a shelf and finished it last night, well, 2 nights ago. So these shows kind of pull some stuff out of me. They like shove me into like get it done kind of mode, and I get in there and get things finished. This Juniper is something that I started from a common collected piece of material. It came out of the Westlake District in San Francisco, and then it was created from one Kishu graft here creates the whole crown. And then I did something, before I killed the top, I added another Kishu graft up here, and that Kishu graft turned into these small gin after it grew out for a couple of years. The wood stand here was hand carved from a slab of walnut, and I've assembled the whole thing. I borrowed the accent plant from my friend because I've been doing a really bad job with accent plants lately. Hope you enjoy the show. Thanks so much, guys.
Hope you guys enjoy the artist highlights here at the 2024 Pacific Bonsai Expo here in Oakland, California. If you were here, leave a comment below. Love to hear what you guys think about some of these trees from these artists. And again, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.